Hello, I'm unlikely widowed, and I have not been on for a while. Um, but I, I mean, life has been busy, of course, and I've learned how to balance everything that I need to do with still moments of missing Matt and coming to terms with, this is life now, and the memories are always going to be there. And my daughter is doing well. My other children are doing well too. And remember, like, that was their stepdad, but that was my youngest, our youngest daughter's, that was her only dad. So, but we're doing pretty good. No, she's turned to art, and have um, I've been working on grief coaching, but I've really found these meditation calming instruments, and I want to share them right now, and I'm going to incorporate them later on, but I just want to introduce them right now, the ones I have. So I will be growing them and getting larger ones, but this is the first ones I have for now. So the first one I want to just show you is a Tibetan singing bowl. Now it has this, I have to work on my recording a little bit, but here. So we have this and like this, but since I'm going to use it in my hand, I'm just going to show you the gist of it for now, for those of you that don't know anything about these. So you would strike this, and then you would go. I'm just going to do every one of these just briefly. So then the next one, I'm still learning these a little bit, but these are called kashakas, and they're African, but so you get two of them, you put them in your hand, and then you can do them like this, or you swing them around, and then like that. And I will get better at those, but I just wanted to introduce them for now. So and I got these on Amazon, but you can get them other places, and there's all sorts of varieties of them. There's really big ones. If you want to get some of these, some of them, they will range from a few dollars to hundreds of dollars, depending on which ones you want. Of course, they're going to be the bigger ones, but, and as far as the Tibetan singing bowl, they also have these crystal bowls. Now, these are not going to be cheap. We're talking hundreds, thousands on these, but they're large crystal bowls. And apparently, they have like amethyst bowls and all sorts of ones. So, those are on my wish list for later. But right now, I don't have any of those yet. And then this is just a chime, but and again, right now I'm just going to show you how they work, nothing else right now. So some of them I do play songs on, but yeah. So now the trick with like using them for meditation and stuff and grounding is you're only going to use it very slowly. And I don't have a gong yet either, but that's also later on my wish list. And they have little and really big ones like you see in the movies. I hit that one a little hard. So you got these. And then you can also do so. And I got the 5. There's single ones. There's 3. I believe there might be 2 also. And then I got the 5, and then also got there's 7, and so they vary, but I figured this one was a good starting one. So we got that. And then okay, this is one of my favorite ones. It's an ocean drum. There's little beads in there, if you can see. Now this is also a very little one to start. I did get to try a big one. I was in heaven over that one. It was like really, it was really big. And but that one also cost probably $200 to $400. This one was, I'm thinking it was around 15 or so. So these are very cheap to start. But the goal is what you're gonna do, and I'll do it for you, but these little balls in here, they're gonna circle around, and that's like that, and you're gonna see trying to get it so you can see it. Yeah, so that's the gist of it. They're gonna go like that, but anyway, I will show you real fast. So and you can close your eyes and imagine the waves when you do this too. And I do this, and especially on a day I need to do some grounding exercises, because maybe I saw something that reminded me of Matt and it made me sad, or something, or even like stress, because as you guys know on here, I actually have congestive heart failure, so I have to watch my stress levels. Even now, I have to watch them. So these are really good, calming, if you can still hear it. I like to think that I'm on the East Coast, near the Atlantic. I would love to be picturing the Pacific Ocean, but I have not made it over that far west yet. So that'll be one of my road trip, major road trip, where I do stuff like that. But so I will do more of these later, but this is very calming. I like this one. So again, it was this one. And okay, so that's enough for that one for now. And I only have 2 left for today. So my favorite one of these I mean, I really like the ocean drum, but this one, as far as the ones that you can really make songs with, do songs with. So I've done a few so far, but this is a steel tongue drum. So now there's 2 of these, but here, I'll show you quick. So these 2 came with it, and now they have, the first one I saw of this was actually very big. Not mine. That's how I first discovered these, actually. So this was my very first instrument of all of these, and but I like this one here. So this one is a lot cheaper than the one I first saw, but, and again, I would say it was around 20, give or take. And I just, this is my favorite color, so I had to get this one. But what you would do is, so so and you can do real fast. You can also use both of them at the same time and have a different sound. So that, yeah, this is really, I really like this. So it's harder to do it when I'm not looking at it, or just through the camera. Yeah, but there, you get the idea of it. So, and it sits on a table, or you can do it on the floor too as well. So, although some days I think if I sat on the floor, that would be a whole different video, because it would be interesting getting up some days off the floor. But people they'll cross their legs and they'll actually do these instruments on the floor. So if you can do that, go for it. So, but I usually sit at, and then just use a little table. So, and I actually live in a tiny house right now. So, usually I sit at the edge of my bed and have a little folding table, and this is how I do a lot of things. So it's like my bedroom and office. I know that relaxing wise and productivity wise, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to keep it separate, but you have to work with what you've got, and that's what we're doing. So anyway, this is my daughter's absolute favorite. It's more hers than mine at this point, and that's fine. So, and again, I really love the color. So anyway, you just take your thumbs to this one, and then you would like this. So I'm trying to do it so you guys can see, but and then of course you can go back down. I am sure this needs tuned, but that's something my daughter does. She's the musician plus the artist. So I'm more of the crafter, and yeah, I write stuff and I craft things. And now I can paint and different things like that, and I make jewelry. So I've actually done this wood. So, and I've make my bracelets. So that's what I do. But she does the more musical instruments. She plays acoustic guitar and she really loves this kalimba. So that is her stuff. So she'll tune that better. So any musicians that cringed when they heard me do that, I apologize for that. But again, these instruments are they're very I like to think that they're more like indie type, instruments, but they're very calming, soothing, relaxing, good for meditating, and just when life throws the worst at you, it can really lift your spirits. So, moving forward, I will um, outline more of my intentions with Unlikely Widowed. I'm going to definitely have meditation and grounding music. And then I'm also going to start talking about neurodivergent grief as well. So, Matt and my daughter are autistic, so I really want to help educate people on how that type of grief looks a little different than what we're used to. Um, so, just being quiet doesn't mean that you're not grieving, it doesn't mean that you don't need to express yourself. So, we need to meet neurodivergent grieving people on their level, not on our level, like where it's fully different. So, and I also have some neurodivergence in me too. So, but mine's more attention than that. So, but we're all unique. We're all lovely beings. Well, most people, at least. There's always exceptions to that rule, but these instruments will help. So, and then, like I said, the neurodivergence, I'm going to focus on that more. And then I'm also going to do some therapeutic art as well. So, not just therapeutic music, I'm going to do therapeutic art. So, and that is, I'm also going to focus on grief, anticipatory grief, and also caregiver, um, caregiver relationships, caregiver grief, and also guilt and living again, regaining your identity after being a caregiver for so long. So, with my health issues, my teenage daughter really, that is how she coped though, through art, and also with that she's like, let me help you, because I would tell her, no, I don't need help, I can do this, and she's like, let me help you, I need to do this right now. So I did let her, and that is how she coped. So, and we're also getting we are going to be releasing books soon, so look out for them. I will let you know here when they're available, and also on my website that I am working on right now. So please be patient a little bit longer with me. I've been extremely busy, but there are good things to come with this to help people that need help. So if you know someone that's grieving other than yourself, please send them my way to my YouTube. And I'm also on Facebook. And I'm going to get on a few other social media platforms as soon as I'm able to. So my kids know a lot more about this than I do. But I'm trying to reach as many people as I can help. So anyway, right now, until next time, this is Unlikely Widowed, and I hope that you enjoyed the little preview of some of the instruments I have. And later on, I will have more. So I'm hoping to get a rain stick soon too. Okay, take care for now.